So, California wildfires. They've now burnt 4 million acres. Now, San Francisco it is let's just go read the article. Red flag warnings of extreme fire danger subsided, but warm and dry Jesus Christ pop up. Warm and dry weather continued to challenge firefighters battling more than 24 blazes across California. On Saturday, the state approaches an astonishing 4 million acres of burned wildfires this year. So, you're probably like, oh my god, that's insane. How did they let this get so out of hand? And the reason is they didn't control the fire. But they say global warming. So, they're what let's just put it this way. Um so California received federal money, like taxpayer dollars, to clear out the forest to make sure this doesn't happen, and they didn't do that. So when a fire did start, it started a massive fire. And when that happened, they blamed climate change. So that's California's defense. The state is about 20,000 acres from reaching the uh, unprecedented figure. Fire officials said, meanwhile, two major fires that have killed 4 people and incinerated hundreds of homes, and the wine country and far north continue to burn. Powerful winds that have been expected to drive flames since Wednesday hadn't materialized. Warnings of extreme fire dangers for hot, dry, gusty weather expired materialized. Warnings extreme fire danger for hot, dry, gusty weather expired Saturday morning later as a layer of fog rolled in. So in other words, they couldn't stop the fire until fog. Clear skies in some areas allowed large tankers to drop retardant fire sidelined by smoky conditions several days earlier, but California tinderbox of dead trees and dried brush after weeks of scorching weather through a drought. Fires could explode in rural areas, grasslands, dense forests even without the push of winds. So in other words, yeah, California, you done messed up. Okay, so then they leave us with a video. I'm gonna go watch the video in advance to make sure reasons. Okay, video safe, let's continue.
Unfortunately, we're at a historic moment where we are going to cross the 4 million.
It shows, let me just go narrate. Firefighters putting out fire using dirt, which is a good way to do it.
Million acres burned mark in California this year. It's never happened before in recorded history. The largest record we have before this for an annual acreage burned was 1.5 million. It can't be understated that we're hitting an unprecedented.
Then it shows a satellite photo of California, and there's just a layer of clouds covering everywhere.
The number of acres burned across this state, and unfortunately, we're just getting into some of the most critical fire months in California. You know, there's been 31 fatalities this year so far on all of these fires across the state. And there's been hundreds of thousands of people across the state who've been evacuated.
The vegetation is very dry. We've had very hot conditions. We have very clear evidence that global warming is increasing.
Global warming, eh? What about Central Europe? They have much more flamboyant trees there, and they're not dealing with this. I wonder why. It's almost like you got federal money to, prevent this.
Increasing the frequency and severity of record hot.
Oh, that wouldn't happen, because if there wouldn't be enough underbrush for the entire thing to burn. I don't think you understand how fires work. For fires to work, you need to have fuel. So if a major fire burns everything off, well, there's not going to be enough fuel to start a major one.
Temperatures, we have very clear evidence that global warming is increasing the frequency of extreme wildfire weather conditions in California. Our research also shows that as global warming continues in the coming decades, we can expect to see further intensification of these extreme wildfire weather conditions.
So, in other words, it wasn't our fault. It was California and those damn Republicans for not wanting to support socialized medic. What does that have to the good news is that that's just two inmate firefighters were injured Friday afternoon and were airlifted from the steep area in the northern zone of the fire and local hospital, Incident Commander Sean Kavanaugh said. One was released while the other remained hospitalized. Kavanaugh until Saturday, Kavanaugh said. Although wildfires have killed 33 people and destroyed 8,200 structures in California this year, many of the largest fires were started by lightning strikes in mid-August, and most of the destroying acreage has come since then. Numerous studies have linked wildfires to the U.S. climate change, from the burning of coal, oil, gas, scientists say. California much drier, meaning trees and other plants are more flammable, except in Europe, where trees are more flammable, but they don't ignite. And that's not an exaggeration. Certain trees are more flammable and more common in Europe, and they're not having this problem. So climate change has to be specific over the U.S. But how would that make sense? Oh, it doesn't. So, that's this short video. Bye.